Greeting plan sponsors and welcome to the next edition of Retirement Basics provided by Marquette Associates. I am Aimee O'Connor, consultant, and I will be guiding you through the webinar reviewing a checklist for retirement plan fiduciaries. Today we will be discussing who is a fiduciary, fiduciary duties and liability reduction, plan administration oversight, investment oversight, service provider oversight, and helping participants. Who is a fiduciary? A fiduciary is anyone who exercises discretion over plan assets or administration. This includes, but is not limited to, making investment decisions, hiring service providers, and spending plan assets. The primary responsibility of a fiduciary is to run the plan in the interest of participants and beneficiaries. The three main duties of a fiduciary are to act in accordance with the governing documents of the plan, maintain a well-documented process for decision-making, and keep records of meetings and decisions. The role of fiduciary does have certain liabilities associated with it. In order to reduce the liability, you may want to consider obtaining liability insurance, designating a point person, either in-house or an outside attorney, to ensure procedures are followed, and in the event of an investigation, to have somebody to represent the firm. And lastly, provide fiduciary education for new and existing fiduciaries. The administration of a retirement plan has many required dates and filings. This requires thoughtful planning to ensure the plan meets these deadlines. In order to meet and comply with plan administration, you should develop a compliance plan and calendar to track deadlines. The calendar should include a periodic review of the plan documents to ensure they reflect current practices and have updated legal and regulatory changes. It should also include dates for completing and filing all required government reporting. Some plans are required by the Internal Revenue Code to complete non-discrimination testing. These should also be included on your calendar. Lastly, in addition to the testing and reporting requirements, a thorough review should be done to ensure the following are done in a timely manner: collecting employee contributions and loan repayments, forwarding these contribution and loan repayments to service providers, investing contributions and loan repayments. Having a well-organized calendar and plan to check will help you manage your fiduciary responsibility. The next two slides will discuss areas that are commonly delegated to third parties. You should understand the scope of delegation and how to oversee and monitor any service providers. Starting with investment oversight, you should first determine who is responsible for directing investments within your plan. Next, you should consider setting up a formal investment committee if you do not already have one. In conjunction with setting up a formal investment committee, you should also consider engaging an independent fiduciary to help monitor the appropriateness of all investments. Lastly, as discussed in previous sections, it is important to document all areas of oversight. In investments, we suggest that you set up a formal investment policy statement to document plan requirements, processes, and responsibilities. A successful retirement plan can largely depend on internal staff in conjunction with external service providers. It is best to review service providers on a periodic basis to ensure performance standards are being met. Next, you should familiarize yourself with the requirements of Section 408(b)(2). This is the fee disclosure where employers should be able to review service providers servicing a plan and understand who is being paid out of 401k plan fees, how much, and under what circumstances. You should also review both indirect and direct fees to service providers to assess the reasonableness of the fees and if there are any conflicts. It is also good practice to benchmark your plan fees and services to verify expenses are reasonable. During the review of service providers and fees, you should determine if new requests for proposals for services are warranted. Lastly, continue to document meetings, document the review of service providers and fee, and finally, document any decisions made. Lastly, do not forget about the participants. You will want to provide ongoing communication with eligible employees on plan features and investment options. To ensure participants are educated and engaged, consider providing education meetings on financial and investment information. Consider using automatic enrollment with qualified default investment alternatives. And talk to your service providers about providing disclosures to participants. Engaged participants lead to more successful plans. Thank you for joining us as we reviewed the fiduciary checklist. We hope you now have a better understanding of what to consider when fulfilling your fiduciary responsibility. I encourage you to contact your consultant if you would like further information on what was presented today. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear future webcasts, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. Additional information can be sent directly to your email by registering for research email alerts on the Marquette website. And thanks again for watching.